composure, toughness, and the hard way. You know, Big Dog always taught me to just go the hard way, you know, because we big bodies, so when we get mad, get angry, and learn how to play like that every play, it'll go a long way for us.
Big body, but you're not as big a body as you used to be.
No, not right now.
What are you right now, dude?
I was about 301 the other day.
301 the other day? Wow. Because what were you this time 2 years ago?
2 years ago? About 306. About 3 years ago, about 327.
That's what I
So
thought.
we go about 3 years ago, yeah.
You trying to get out of playing that zero technique, or you like?
I like all of it. I think Coach Scott did a good job teaching us all of them. You know, so I can go out and play the heavy 5. I can come in and play the 3. I can come in and play the 4. I can go, but I play the nose. So I feel like I can do every single one of them. So for the most part.
What do you feel like is your best fit and your most, you know, your ideal fit? Where do you work at the most?
Work at the most shit. I mean, really just hand placement and balance when I'm coming off the double teams and everything like that. Because playing a 2-gap and nose guard. Just all about balance and on the inside, because really that's what they wanted me to work on the most. It's just, you know what I'm saying, people bumping you this way and that way. So that's when I learned how to keep my balance. It's been pretty straight.
What about in terms of position, like the 3 tech, the 0? What's kind of your more natural position? What do you do the most? What do you?
I want to do all of that. I bet I can do every single one of them to the best of my ability. That's how Coach Scott has coached us, to be versatile, build and duplicate depth with. You got 7 linemen and all of them can play 3 positions. How many do I really got? 21. So that's how he teaches us. So.
With Trenton and John leaving, obviously, I know Ledbetter spoke on this a little bit, but from your experience, you know, how do you kind of learn from those guys that led? Now it's you and Ledbetter's turn to kind of do the same thing.
I mean, just the standard, because the standard was set by John and them from the legacy that they left from this pass defense. So if we don't match that standard, we really don't feel like we accomplished everything. So if we go into the mindset of beating everything they did last year, the sky's the limit for us.
Is it tough to replace those 2 guys just from a pure football standpoint?
It is, but they taught us, so it's really kind of picking back up where it left off, because if we stay on the hard theory, which John, like I said, taught us, we should be all right.
You know, I was asking DeAndre a minute ago, you know, knowing those veterans in front of you are gone, and, you know, kind of you now being an upperclassman, I mean, does that add any pressure to you? Is there any little bit of a weight? Are you thinking about it at all, like, hey, I need to step up and say something to this guy or that guy?
Not really, because for the most part on this team, everybody knows when we come to work, we're ready to work. You know how practice goes for the past 2 days. I feel like everybody's got that vibe and flow that as long as we running fast and moving hard, we're going to pick up on the rest of everything, but at least go fast and go hard. And I feel like for the most part, every player is really doing that. So I haven't really had to say too much. Led's really done a good job of leading us for the most part, because he's that actual upperclassman senior. So really been just following his lead, and we haven't really been having to say too much.
How about in the defensive meeting room with Coach Tucker and everything? There's no denying, you know, the number of players that you guys lost off that game. It took a lot of snaps and stuff. Has that been verbalized in any way by Coach Tucker that, hey, this is what the narrative's going to be out there, don't listen to it, or do listen to it, or challenging you about it?
I mean, for the most part, we know everybody left, but these guys have done a great job of coming in and watching extra film. So if you ask me, I'm not really worried about any of them, because I know they all got effort and they're going to play with intensity. So I feel like it's just going to be even better than probably it was last year. We just got to keep putting in the work and trusting Coach Smart like we always did last year. So I feel like we should be straight.
Looking at this guy over here that we were just talking to, DeAndre, I mean, you know, he's got a knack for making big plays in games, sacks, tackles for a loss. I mean, what's it like practicing with him? Do you see kind of the same stuff?
Yeah, always, because Dre going to set the edge, so I always know be ready with a cutback on the inside. So I trust my outside linebackers for the most part. They've done a good job.
He was talking about the guys that left. DeAndre Baker stayed. He's an experienced guy. You lost a lot of guys in the secondary that had experience. What's he bring to the table, and did you think he might jump also?
He's lockdown corner. I like him on the side. That's on his side. Then he's done a good job of mentoring the young dude. And Tyreek McGee has done a great job stepping up and coming back from everything. So them boys, real deal, should be the same as last year. I mean, there should be no let up from anything. I feel like last year we trust the process, we trust everything coach is doing. So let's wait and see.
In the process of everything, defensive huddle, you know, no Roquan, no Lorenzo. I mean, there's a lot of voices, I guess, are not there anymore. Is it, you know, is it a process to kind of get those back and get those people that are going to speak up and refocus everybody, or did it come natural to some guys already?
It came natural because Natre's been in the system, so he's done a good job of taking on the leadership role, picking up from last year. But like I said, I have faith in all of them. So we knew as a D-line we got to probably step up a little bit more, probably from the losses that we did to help the guys that are behind us that are filling in for the first time. So we all just have each other's back, so for the most part.
DeAndre Walker seems to have some of the biggest arms on the team. How does his strength compare to the rest of the team?
His strength is real good because he does a good job of showing that he has the ability to run past you. Then if he has to set an edge and destroy 6 techniques, he can do it. So it just shows all his versatility.
John Atkins, he would always talk about he liked the kind of the dirty work of playing nose tackle. I know you said that you're willing to do whatever is asked of you, but do you have this kind of same love for getting in there?
Got to get pushed off the ball. So if I don't got the hard mindset, the hard theory like he taught me, man, ain't no nose guard. So I got to lock down the whole middle. That's all I got to do.
Was there any moment when there's a lot of questions about all the guys y'all lost? Because there was a lot of guys. But any moment, like whether it was in the locker room or in a defensive huddle or a defensive meeting, when you kind of looked around, there was that realization that all those guys are gone and this is our defense?
Nah, because there's 100-something players on my team. So I only lost 6 faces, if you ask me, that really put out there with me. So everybody else I still seen every day at practice, and I still got the same faith in them because they were probably taking reps with the ones as well, just probably didn't show up in the game the same way. So I like all of them.
What's the vibe on this team with what happened 2.5 months ago, how last season ended? Is it something that stuck with you guys, motivate you guys? Tell me about that.
I mean, the vibe is just, if we don't even get where we were last year, if we did nothing, we probably completed nothing. So we're working towards the goal to get to exactly where we were last year. And like I said, he talked about it today. Trust. I trust Coach Smart. I trust Coach Tuck. My whole defense does. So we're just ready to rock and roll.